I am Kat Schudel. I want to talk to you about enrolling, okay? Because there's some stigmas to it, right? You're probably nervous to ever bring up enrolling to someone. We don't want to seem spammy and annoying. We don't want to walk into a room or message someone and they turn and run the other way. We want to build relationships, and this is the most important part of our business. You already know what you're doing. It's just a matter of being confident and having a system down that you can do all the time. When you continue to be consistent in that, then you'll see a never-ending just plethora of new people coming into your business every week, every month, every quarter, every year. It's going to be awesome. How good does that sound? Put a 1 in the chat if it sounds amazing to have a never-ending plethora of new people coming into your business every month. You are afraid you're going to sound spammy. You're afraid you're going to like turn people off. You're not going to want to talk to you, or they're not going to want to be your friend anymore because, oh gosh, she's selling something now. Or you're afraid just to even speak up at all. You're like, oh man, I don't even want to think about growing a team. I don't want to deal with bothering people, or I don't even know how to train. I don't know exactly what to do. What do I say? How do I, get people interested? Or sometimes we even have people that are interested and they come to us and we're like, I don't know what to say. I don't know what to do. I don't know how to train you. I don't know anything. So we just don't enroll them and they go enroll with someone else. How can we keep these things from happening? I've been doing this since almost 3 years. So I kind of, I've gotten comfortable with it, but here's what I'll tell you. Everything that holds us back is caused by fear. Okay, so if you really truly want to see what you're capable of, and you really truly want to give this a go, try something that may be stepping out of our comfort zone, because when we're comfortable, we're not growing. And we are lifelong learners. We are learners till the day we die. Continue learning every single day and stretching yourself just a bit to do something that may seem uncomfortable, because when you do that, you knock half of the fear away from you. Picture it like a mountain, and it's a big old sucker. I mean, you can't even see the top third of it because it's up in the clouds. The first time you get those guts up and you take a step out to talk to someone or plant a seed or ask if they've ever thought about doing what you do, the first time you do that, did you know that this fear mountain here, you knock half of the fear mountain off? Have you ever heard the saying, oh, I can move mountains, or, he can move mountains, or we're going to move mountains, or whatever? Have you ever heard that saying? Give me a thumbs up if you have. What we think of, or what I thought of anyway, whenever I would hear people say that is, oh, just pick up the mountain and bloop, move it out of the way, right? I mean, if you can move mountains, then let's get that mountain of fear out of the way. That is not how it works. That's not reality. Let me tell you what reality is. You take that first step and tell someone, hey, I think that you are the biggest go-getter I have ever seen in my entire life. You are exactly who I would love to run this gig with. Have you ever thought about doing what I do? And boom, half of that mountain of fear is gone. You took that first step. Now, what can we do after that to keep continuing to chip away at this mountain? We're going to go one spoonful at a time, not even a shovel at a time, but a spoonful at a time. So when you consistently move one little spoonful of it away at a time, just by doing some things that were scary in the beginning, the more you do it, the more comfortable you're going to become. But guess what happens if we stop? If we're not consistent, guess what happens? That mountain starts building itself right back up, and that fear overtakes us. Here is how we're going to keep that from happening, to actually be able to see what we are capable of. And it's going to blow your mind. If you are willing to take my challenge and to do this with me at least 5 days a week for 30 days, for 1 month, you will reach things and achieve things that you did not even know you were capable of. Do you want to be able to say, holy crap, I just hit this goal. I never even believed that I would ever even get to it. If you want to say that, I want to see it too in the comments, because you can do it. And I'm going to tell you how right now. Write this down. Wherever you sit, I want you to hang it up, put it on your notebook so that you have this at the forefront of your mind before you ever contact anyone for your business, whether it's a follow-up, dropping a seed, whether it is, trying to book parties or get a sale or anything. Have this in front of you. All right, you're going to do it. And this is how. Connect before you ever color street. I say this all the time. This is the one thing that will take your business to the whole next level. What we do today pays off in 30, 60, and 90 days. Do you remember if you have just started, or if you have been in the biz for a while, but you remember back to when you first started, do you remember how it seemed like everything was so slow and you were doing all this stuff and you were trying to you were putting in all this work and all this effort and you're like, oh my gosh, nothing is happening. This is horrible. I am terrible at this. I can't do this. And then all of a sudden, 30 days later, boom, something happened. People started booking parties. People started ordering. People started enrolling. And you were like, what the crap? What happened? It's because what you did from day one paid off in 30 days later. And guess what? It's going to pay off even more, double in 60 days, triple in 90 days. So if you consistently keep this going and do these steps that I'm fixing to tell you, then you are going to consistently be able to have a plethora of people coming into your life that could potentially be stylists, that could potentially be hostesses, and could potentially be customers of yours. They could potentially be your best friend. You never know. What you want to do first is, say it with me, hearts everywhere, connect before you ever color street. Because when you connect first, it is absolutely impossible to ever look spammy or annoying. If you have even remotely thought, oh, I don't want to be annoying, I don't want to be spammy and salesy, and ew, we don't want to be Pamela. If you have that mindset already, then it is physically impossible for you to be that way. You will never be that way, okay? So get that out of your head. Just realize that if you already have the courtesy for others, you don't want to be a Pamela. It is not in your blood to be that way. But that doesn't mean that we don't share this opportunity. We're share people, not salespeople. Offer people the opportunity, and it's our job to offer it to everyone because it was offered to us, right? But it's their job to take it. Now we'll get back to that in just a little bit. How do we connect before we color street? You just simply stalk them. I'm just kidding, but not really. It kind of is. The people that you want to connect with, either hostesses or people from parties or people that are previous hostesses, you're going to go to their personal Facebook. Just look at their last post or two. You're going to find something that resonates with you, and then you're going to personally message them in Messenger. That is connecting before you ever color street. So number one, it's about them. Number two, it is important to them because they posted about it, right? Number three, you're not going to get ghosted anymore. How many times have you, hey, Susie, how are you? Oh my gosh, I haven't talked to you in forever. Oh, I hope you had a wonderful New Year's. Hey, I wanted to tell you that the Valentine's sets are out, and I am so excited about them. And I know that you love the Valentine's ones from last year. And the message gets like this and this and this and this and this and this. And then we send it and never hear anything back. But we see in the corner that she saw our message. Autumn, oh my gosh, your munchkins are to die for. How do you do it? I do not know how you work, do color street, and take care of those beautiful little babies all the time. You are a boss. That's me just reaching out, about something personally to her. She's going to answer me back, and she's going to feel like I am giving her some of my quality time because I'm actually reaching out to her. I am talking about something that she posted about, and so it's important to her. And of course, who doesn't want to talk about themselves? We're all selfish human beings. We love talking about ourselves, especially when it comes to something else we love, like kids or pets or anything like that. When she answers me back, we're going to have like 2 or 3 exchanges back real quick. And then number 2 is find a character trait that fits. Find a character trait that fits. What is it in that person or that hostess or that person that was the biggest, class clown during the nail bar, or the person that has 1,800 sets in her stash, but she just hasn't committed yet? What is it about them that sticks out to you, makes you see something in them that would make them an amazing stylist, someone that you would value on your team. You are going to become a very thoughtful person, the kind of person right now that opens their eyes to what's inside that they may not even know they have inside of them themselves. To look for in posts, in messenger threads with people, and in parties or any kind of conversation with people. See what it is in everyone you talk to about your business, what's in them, what is a character trait, what is a strength that they have that would make them absolutely incredible. Because you're going to look for character traits and strengths in people, and then you're going to point them out to them. How many times have you gotten a message out of the blue from someone that said, girl, Jamie, you are so incredibly funny. Your personality is magnetic. Like, I bet everyone just wants to be around you all the time. How many times do you get messages like that? How would you feel? Like if you just got a message, someone speaking about you, something they see in you, a strength and or a character trait that is like just uplifting you, and they see something in you that you may know is there, but you want to talk about ourselves or, sound conceited or anything like that, but no one's ever pointed it out to you before. How good would that make you feel? When we point out somebody's strengths and characteristics that we see in them, and then we say, you know what, Jamie, you are exactly who I want to run this gig with. I don't like to use the word business because people kind of get turned off. It sounds a little bit overwhelming. So I just say this gig or this side gig. I'll just say, Jamie, you are so funny and you're so magnetic. You had people that you probably didn't even know in Autumn's party that were just commenting and putting funny GIFs up or GIFs or whatever, and they were just laughing. You were hysterical and you had that party going. Have you ever thought about doing what I do? That's going to get them thinking. Number one, you connected with them. Number two, you pointed out a characteristic in them that is going to build their self-esteem. They're going to start sitting up a little bit straighter, like, wait, what'd she just say about me? I do have that? And then they're going to start noticing it themselves. Then they start to become that. If you have put any amount of work into your business, you have done this. If you were a brand new stylist and you did not know what you were capable of, but your enroller or your upline helped you set things, and then you hit those, and you, number one, didn't even think that you were going to be able to hit them, but number two, you surpassed those. You didn't realize you even had it in you to hit the goals, much less surpass them. Is that you blew yourself away? You have stuff in you that you did not even know you had, and so does she. So does every single person that you talk to that could potentially be a stylist with you. Now, what happens is we have just flipped our mindset, right? So we know we're not going to become spammy because it's not in us to be spammy and annoying, right? Number one. Number two, it's not, when we are connecting with people before we ever color street, we are making them first. We are making the conversation all about them, not us or what we want. We are talking about things that are building confidence in them. When you reach out to them once, you're going to wait a couple days or whatever, and you may not even talk about color street first, okay? So if it's someone that's been to a party or a previous hostess, you may just kind of gauge whether or not the conversation can go into color street. But if it's not ready, then you don't go into color street. You just connect with them. If you don't talk about color street, I would wait at least a couple days, and then I would contact them again. Same thing. What are you going to do? Are you just going to go straight into a conversation with them? No, you're going to connect before you ever color street. I don't care if you talk to somebody 15 times in a month. Every single time you connect before you ever color street, right? So you're going to go to her timeline again, and you're going to look for her last post or two, find something else that you can resonate with, personally message them. And then you're like, last time I talked to you, that I just really see how loyal you are. You're such a loyal friend and mother and wife. Your integrity and your loyalty are exactly what I would love in a team member in my sisterhood. I just have to ask you, have you ever thought about doing what I do? Leave it at that. Whenever it's time, you can ask them that, but bring up the characteristic again. Feed into them first connect with them, feed into them, and then talk about, have you ever thought about doing what I do? After that, you're going to talk to them like every 3, 5, however many days. So you could drop 15 seeds with someone, you could just keep going. But eventually when you're pouring into them and they start noticing, because you brought it to their attention, they start noticing that they have these things in them, they're going to start seeing it in their life. And then they're going to get confidence to where every time you drop a seed, they're going to say a little bit more each time. Yeah, I think I could do this. You come in with, girl, it is time. It is time, because let me tell you what happened when I enrolled. I had no idea what I was doing. They had the tools for me already. I just had to run with it. What I found was I had no idea what I had in me until I started using it with Color Street. Next thing I know, I am able to lead all these ladies that are looking to me, and we're all looking to each other for, to just grow each other up in our businesses. We're not in competition with each other. We're like legit building each other up and rising to the top. And I am accomplishing things that I would never have imagined that I would have accomplished before in my life. That's what I found with Color Street. And I don't know if this is for you or not, but all I know is I'm all in. I know what an incredible asset to our sisterhood you would be. I would just be incredibly honored if you would just see what this does for you. The opportunity's here, the platform's here. It's all yours for the taking. It's just up to you to take it. Boom. Then you're done. Then you give her about a week, or you set up a time. Say, hey, I want you to think on it. I'm going to contact you in 2 days. Is it all right if I call you or message you at 8 o'clock on Wednesday, or whatever, just like a few days out. You just let her think, and then just say, all right, I know you're still thinking about it. I know you've been thinking about it. I've been thinking about it. It's the one thing that is keeping you from enrolling right now and getting paid next week. What's the one thing? And she's going to answer you. So she's going to answer you back. And you might have to text a second time. Sometimes they're scared, but they'll answer you back. After that, you're going to send them the Why Color Street video. And then you're going to set up a 3-way phone call with your enroller, if they are at least a director or above. I tell my girls, if you want to use me, use me. If they want to talk to an exec, hey, I'm ready. And so what you're going to do is you're going to take half of the pressure off of yourself. Put an amen in the comments if you want half of the pressure from enrolling people off your shoulders, because I will tell you right now, I will say amen a million times because it is nerve-wracking, right? Now, I know this sounds like a lot of work, but what happens when you're doing it for 30, 60, and 90 days? What happens? If you're talking to even 5 people a day, that's 25 people that you're connecting with. To do that, you're going to be like, hey, Courtney, I have had so much fun talking to you about this. I hope you see what I see in you. I would absolutely love for you to talk to my friend Kat, because, and here's where I don't like talking about my team size, or I don't like talking about my rank and things like that, but this is strategic. So here's where it happens. You start bragging on them. You start bragging on your director or your senior director or your executive or whoever. And you start saying, she is awesome. She's an executive director. She's got a team of over 400 ladies. She makes 5 figures a month. She's been in for almost 3 years. She does this sucker full time. You would absolutely love her. She is real. She is fun. And she could answer any issues that you have or whatever. I know what I see in you, and I know what you could do here, but I don't know if this is for you. And that's strategic too. The second thing you say, you let them know you're all in first. Second, you say, I don't know if this is for you. That lets their guard down. It takes away that spammy, salesy stuff right there. I don't know if this is for you, but I am freaking forever changed because of my opportunity with Color Street. And I can see what this could do for you, because I know what you have in you to do this. And I just want you to be fully informed, because I want you to think about it. I want you to see what I see in you and see if this opportunity is for you. I don't know if it is, but if it is, we got to be fully informed. So is it all right if I set up a 3-way call with my friend Kat? Because you will freaking love her. Set that call up immediately, like as quickly as you three can get on a call. You've already talked to your upline or your director or your exec or whoever you're doing the three-way call with. They know what your friends or your potentials obstacles are, because they've already talked to you, right? So they know how to overcome an objection before that potential even says anything about it. So they're like, yes, that's exactly how I feel. Oh, okay. I didn't even have to tell you what I was scared of. You totally just answered it right there. You can have this conversation. They can see that your executive director or whatever is just a real person. They're like, oh my gosh, some bigwig, I hate saying that, but some bigwig wants to talk to me. How incredible is that? It makes them feel valued, and it makes them feel like they are worth something for a big wig to come in and want to talk to them. That is how you take half of the pressure off of yourself for enrolling. We're all on Facebook groups, right? It doesn't have anything to do with Color Street. Like, I'm in a special needs moms group, a hot grandmas group. You want this group to have over 1,000 people in there, and you want it to be very active, multiple posts a day. If you get into a group and it's just not for you, it doesn't do anything for you, it's not really active or anything like that, get out. There's a bazillion groups on Facebook. If you take 5 minutes of your power hour or your 30 minutes or whatever a day, and you go into at least 3, if not 5 groups, strategically bring up conversations with people, and this is going to sound familiar, because it's exactly how you connect with people. So you're going to go into the last post or two, read the post, and you're also going to read the comments. Now, in the comments, you're going to look for the people, not just the little comments like, oh, I love this. Oh, that's great. Oh, this is wonderful. But you're going to look for the meaningful comments, the people who are like, oh my gosh, I completely get where you're coming from. I did this and this happened. You're going to like that. You're going to comment back to them. Oh my gosh, I was thinking the same thing. You're such an awesome person to pour this into them, or whatever you want to say. You have 2 or 3 exchanges real quick with this person in the comments. Then you send them a friend request. You are going in, you're commenting a little bit, having a little interaction with people in the comments, or even with the person who puts the post in. And then after you've done this for a couple weeks, get gutsy and put your own post in there. Say I go into my photography group. I've been a photographer for over 20 years. I know a daggone lot about it. But you know what? What is the number one thing people love to do? Give their opinions, right? I want as many people to comment on it because I know they want to tell me their opinions. Everyone who comments on my post, I'm sending them a friend request. The ones that accept my friend request, because I could send 50 friend requests a week. I could only get 5 that accept my friend request. And that's okay, because you know what? Those other 45 people are not my peeps. I only want my peeps, right? When they accept my friend request, what do? I purposefully go through my notifications, look for the friend requests. I write them on a piece of paper, because whenever they accept my friend request, that's an open door for me to be able to start connecting with them and growing a relationship with them. What's going to eventually come up? Color Street. What do? Or you could invite them into your community, because your VIP should not be all about Color Street. They should be able to do a 10-second scroll and tell you all about you, not what you do. But when you are continuing to build these relationships and make new connections with people, that is a good way to get them into your Color Street business. Do you feel better now? You know how to move forward without being spammy? You should. Actually, if you think back to when you were enrolled, how many times did your person bring it up to you? Unless you're the anomaly that didn't even try it out yet and said, I'm in, then you don't count. But anyway, the rest of us, Megan Haskins enrolled me, and she had to work on me for 4 months. I would give her every objection that you could ever imagine. It was hilarious. And finally, I was just like, what am I doing? I'm in. It's fine. I'm in. Just sign me up, whatever. If you think back about whoever enrolled you, however many seeds they dropped over however many weeks or months, were they annoying? No, they weren't. They were just connecting with you and dropping little hints, right? So it is not going to be annoying to people at all just to drop little hints. The average consumer, okay, so anyone who is in the market to buy anything, will say no a total of 5 times before they ever say yes. Only 8% of all salespeople will ask that 5th time. Are you a part of that 8%? Or are you letting the no's get you down first? Are you letting the no's stop you before you ever can get to that yes? Don't be the person that gets stopped. Be the person who asks that 5th time, 6th time, 7th time. Sometimes people have to be asked 7 to 12 times before they can finally jump. And how are you going to get them to jump? You're going to get on that third party phone call with them, with an exec or with a leader, right? And then you're going to get it. Do not give up. Do not ever let anything get you down. You have in you exactly what you need. You've got the tools. You've got the training. You've got anything that you need. You have it right here. Reach out for it. Just like it's up to us to offer people the opportunity, it's up to your leaders to offer you all the resources they can. It's up to you to pick those resources up, put them in your tool belt, and use them. So are you the person who is going to take all of this amazing stuff and just hang on to it or set it aside and never realize what your full potential is and never get to where you really could be or even realize where you really could be because you don't take a step? Or are you going to become courageous? You're going to dream big, you're going to step out, and you're going to become unstoppable because you can take that one step, knock half of your mountain of fear down, and then continue moving one spoonful away at a time. It's not just about enrolling people. It's about bringing people into something because it's done something so great for you that you want to give everyone else that chance. Live wildly inspired, my sisters. I'll talk to you later. Thank you so much for having me. I appreciate you.